Hello and welcome. Thank you for tuning into Wheelchair Wellness. I'm Alexandria, aka the Disabled Rebel, and as always, I'm here to give you the real on living disabled and what that looks like from my point of view as a quadriplegic living this disabled life. And of course, the never ending saga of no call, no show rides and missed appointments continues and is getting worse. So the company that I had a meltdown with on the last video continues to be the only company that apparently can come and pick me up based on volume, which is basically the area that I live in. Because they're coming from Tampa, Hillsborough County, and they're coming here to Pasco County, the Lutz Wesley Chapel area, that most people think this is a haul and a half to get to. And I'm the one that they leave behind when they supposedly don't have enough drivers, which is what happened yesterday with Raymond's Healthcare Transportation. The day before that, they had me waiting for 2 hours to get picked up. And the day before that, they had me miss my appointment because they never showed up. In fact, they canceled at the last minute, knowing that they would not be able to, they being the broker, find me another ride in time to get to my appointment, which is their MO whenever they want to retaliate against me, which I'm sure is a criminal offense. And I'm wondering who is looking out for me with the retaliation that I've reported several times with two different companies. In fact, technically there could be three, but particularly Raymond's Healthcare Transportation. So today I'm stranded again because some new company I've never ever heard of in all of the companies that they've sent me. And there's been a few I've never heard of. And guess what? Never seen them either. And so this company, Warren and Dewberry Investments LLC, Florida, was supposed to be picking me up. Never heard of them before, never had them. And guess what? They didn't show up. What was their excuse? They had trouble with one of their vehicles and they would be here in 12 minutes, which 12 minutes turned into another hour. And so here I am missing another appointment. This is getting ridiculous. It's getting gross negligence and it's just despicable. I just don't understand how the transportation industry doesn't understand how important their job is to those of us who can't drive, who don't have a personal vehicle to accommodate us in our power wheelchairs because we're non transferable. And it's the only mode of transportation that gives me some independence and mobility, that you don't understand that you are just as important as the appointment I'm trying to get to. Because without you, once again, I have to say, I can't get there if I don't have you. You obviously are not thinking on the grand scheme of things, that you are thinking small, that you're thinking you're unimportant. And when you don't show up, when you don't call, when you don't advise what's going on, you are small, you're useless, and you're worthless. And at this point, it needs to become a legal action against either the broker themselves or every individual company that fails their patients, because you're not just having someone miss an appointment, you are playing with their health, you're playing with their life, and it's very serious. Now, Raymond's Healthcare Transportation, mode of care solutions. You need to be reading. You need to break out the braille if you need to. You need to use your good eye or something. Put some glasses on, get them stronger. But you need to be reading what people are putting in their grievances and while they're filing these grievances. And technically, you should be sick of seeing my name attached to a grievance because I file one with every failure. That you should be reaching out to me. You should be talking to me and all the others that I'm sure put in just as many grievances as I do. When I know you're receiving hundreds, if not thousands, of complaints a day, I'm not the only one that's going through this. But I seem to be the only one talking about it, and I need more people talking. So if you are a patient that relies on Medicaid or Medicare transportation for whatever your condition is to get to whatever appointment you need to, and you're not making it, you need to file a grievance every single time with your transportation broker. You need to file that with your insurance company to make sure they're aware of the situation. And we need to start sending these directly to the state, to ACA and whoever else we can find. Because ACA is supposed to be regulating these rides, but I'm wondering who's reading these because nothing's changed, nothing's gotten better, and certainly I'm not receiving the services I'm supposed to. And when the one reliable company or two that I prefer to use are unavailable to pick up my rides to get me to my appointments, there should be just as reputable companies out there to be able to fulfill the job. It's really not that hard. You get in your car, crank it up, drive to your destinations. Now, drivers, I recognize that this isn't all completely your fault, but you share in the blame where when you're running late, when you're having supposedly a problem with your vehicle, one, you should automatically be reporting that to motive care so that they can find backup immediately. You should be contacting your patients to make them aware of the situation so they know what next they need to do, if that's to just cancel the appointment altogether or try to reschedule it for a later day and time. At that if you cannot speak English, if you cannot form with your two lips the words that say, "Hi, I'm your driver, I'm running late. Hi, I'm your driver, my car broke down," or something to let the patient know what's going on, you don't need to be working with the public when you can't speak or comprehend them. I'm sorry. We need to stop hiring people who cannot communicate their job and what is needing to be communicated, because this is part of the problem as well. They're not picking up the phone and calling and saying shit because they can barely speak English. And I know this firsthand and personally because it's all around me. And I'm over it already. I don't got no prejudices against anybody coming here trying to make a living, and nobody's stealing their jobs because literally they have somehow acquired that job, tested for it, gotten licensed for it, got certified for it. I don't know how. And a lot of times now they're offering the classes in their language so they can do that. But you need to be able to communicate with your English speaking patients. And this is a problem. But they're not stealing your jobs from you. They're literally working and earning them somehow, some way. Because I'm not seeing any Americans coming and picking me up. I don't see you guys coming in here driving vehicles, and I see tons of places saying that they're hiring for drivers. I don't see anybody coming in here rushing with a buttload of English speaking HHAs and CNAs these days. So if you want the job, it's there for you. They're looking for English speaking and bilinguals. Get up, get ready, go to work. This has been my PSA. Stranded again, stranded several times this week already, and something's got to give. I need my own personal vehicle, and I need to know who is running this circus because Ringling Brothers is even closed down. So, who is the ringmaster of this shit show that you're calling a circus? aka Motive Care Transportation, and Humana Healthy Horizons, where no one is any assistance to me when I'm not able to get my rides. You don't do any more than I do, and yet you want me to call you for why? I write up grievances for you to write me back and tell me you received it, and that's all I get. No resolution, no conversation, no inquiries, and certainly no uh, enhancements of services to be better. These are important things. This is very important to me, and I'm sorry if I have to keep saying this over and over again, but this is important. This is a necessity. And until I can get a vehicle of my own, which I'm going to have to find a way to make that happen, and very soon, I need to be able to rely on the transportation that's given as part of my benefits. I need you guys talking. I need you guys sharing. I need you guys commenting and getting this circulated because I know I'm not the only one that's going through this, the only one that's suffering from this, and we all need to change, regardless of whatever your disability is, or that you just rely on it because it's part of your insurance benefits, that we should have reliable transportation. We should be able to live with dignity, respect, and quality, the same as we were before and the same as everyone else. The only thing that's different about us is how we maneuver and move and do some things. Other than that, I am still me, loud, big mouthed, not afraid to say what needs to be said, but also very smart, intelligent, kind, and whatever. I don't need to tell you who I am. If you know me, you know me. You like me, you like me. You don't like me, you don't like me. It makes no difference to me. All I'm asking is just to help me, help others, to help all of us to get what's needed and make the changes that are necessary so that we can have the things we need. And we shouldn't have to be jumping through hoops, begging and pleading, and trying to convince others and strangers about the things that we need and the things that need to change. Again, I'm Alexandria, aka the Disabled Rebel. Thank you for listening, and make sure you share, like, subscribe, comment, and get these conversations started. They are needed and necessary. Have a blessed day and keep rolling until next time.